Yo, what's good everyone? So MrBeast just responded to SteveWillDoIt's diss track, and bro, this is absolutely insane. I'm talking heated messages, destroyed friendships, and people getting caught in the crossfire. Before we get into Jimmy's response, you need to hear what happened to Aiden Ross, because this man literally got destroyed just for being in the room when the track played. I've got the full timeline, the receipts, and Jimmy's actual words. If you're not subscribed, hit that button right now because this drama is moving fast. Let's get straight into it. Alright, so for anyone out of the loop, on January 7th, SteveWillDoIt dropped a diss track with 6ix9ine called Fake, aimed directly at MrBeast. And bro, this wasn't some light jabs. This man went nuclear on Jimmy. The main accusations are pretty serious. Steve's calling Jimmy a phony who only does charity for cameras and clout. He's bringing up how back in 2022, when Steve's channel got banned for promoting gambling, Jimmy allegedly ghosted him completely. According to Steve, they were texting about video ideas in group chats. Then boom, the second Steve got banned, Jimmy went silent. Steve's also making wild claims about Dubai chic connections, saying Jimmy only helps people on camera, and claiming everyone who works with MrBeast ends up regretting it. He brought up the Adin Ross situation, where Aiden helped raise $14 million for Jimmy's charity. But when Aiden wanted to collab later, Jimmy allegedly said he'd only do it if it was for charity. Now here's the crazy part. Steve and 6ix9ine had their own beef last year. 6ix9ine allegedly finessed Steve out of $2 million from a Rumble deal that Steve set up. They weren't talking. Steve was calling him a snake. Then somehow they reconciled just in time to team up against Jimmy. Enemy of my enemy type situation. The internet's divided on this. Some people are Team Steve, saying finally, someone's calling out fake friendships. Others are saying Steve needs accountability because he got banned for promoting gambling to kids. Like, what did he expect Jimmy to do? Save his channel when YouTube made a permanent ban? Now, before we get to MrBeast's response, we gotta talk about Adin Ross, because this man got absolutely obliterated, and he wasn't even part of the beef. So a few days ago, Aiden was on a stream, and SteveWillDoIt was there. During the stream, Steve started playing his MrBeast diss track, and Aiden's just sitting there listening to it. But apparently MrBeast found out, and bro, Jimmy was furious. According to Aiden himself on a recent Sneako stream, MrBeast hit him up and was genuinely angry that Aiden was there when the diss track was being played. Think about this from Jimmy's perspective. Aiden's someone he's worked with, someone he's considered a friend, and now Aiden's in the room with Steve listening to a track calling him fake. That's gotta feel like betrayal. Aiden went live and explained the situation, saying, "Look, I was just there. I didn't know Steve was gonna play it. I wasn't picking sides." But you could tell Aiden was stressed. This man was genuinely worried his relationship with MrBeast was damaged. And Aiden's smart enough to know being on MrBeast's bad side is terrible for business. Jimmy's the biggest YouTuber on the planet, and if you're beefing with him, that affects your opportunities. People in the comments were clowning Aiden, calling him Switzerland, saying he's playing both sides. But honestly, I feel bad for him because he just got caught in crossfire. He wasn't making diss tracks, he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. This shows it's not just Steve versus Jimmy anymore. There's collateral damage now. Other creators are being forced to pick sides, whether they want to or not. It's turning into this messy thing where everyone's walking on eggshells. After the diss track dropped and the Aiden situation went down, everyone was waiting to see what MrBeast would do. Was he gonna ignore it? Address it in a video? Drop his own diss track? The speculation was insane. Twitter was going crazy. Reddit was popping off. Some people said Jimmy should stay quiet because responding gives Steve exactly what he wants, which is attention. Steve's channel just got unbanned. His numbers aren't what they used to be, and beefing with the biggest YouTuber is probably the best thing for his views. Others said Jimmy has to respond because staying silent looks like he's guilty or scared. If someone calls you fake and says you only do charity for clout, you can't let that sit without defending yourself, especially when your entire brand is built on being the generous good guy. Behind the scenes, people were saying Jimmy was actually hurt by this. Yeah, he's got hundreds of millions of subscribers, but he's still human. Having someone you used to be cool with call you fake in a diss track? That stings. The tension kept building, and everyone knew something had to give. Alright, here's the moment everyone's been waiting for. What did MrBeast actually say? Now, Jimmy didn't drop a diss track back or make a dramatic response video. What he did was way more calculated, and honestly, more savage. From multiple sources and screenshots circulating, Jimmy responded directly to people in his inner circle, and some messages got leaked. In these messages, Jimmy said he's disappointed in how Steve handled things. He acknowledged, yes, they used to talk, but after Steve got banned, Jimmy made a conscious decision to distance himself. Here's where it gets interesting. Jimmy didn't deny cutting Steve off. He confirmed it, but explained his reasoning. According to Jimmy, when Steve got banned for promoting gambling to a young audience, that crossed a line. Jimmy's brand is about positivity and helping people, and gambling content marketed to kids goes against everything he stands for. So he made the business decision to step back. Jimmy also addressed the charity accusations head on. He basically said, look, I've given away hundreds of millions, built houses, provided clean water to millions, helped cure blindness, created thousands of jobs. My track record speaks for itself. If people want to call that fake, I don't know what else I can do to prove I genuinely care about making positive impact. But here's where it gets really real. Jimmy apparently said something like, "I'm not going to let someone who promoted gambling to kids lecture me about being fake." That's a direct shot. He's saying Steve has no moral high ground if he's criticizing Jimmy's character, while his own actions got his channel banned. Jimmy also thanked Logan Paul for defending him on Impulsive when Steve made those comments. This is huge because it shows Jimmy's building a coalition of support. Logan's got massive reach, and having him on Jimmy's side sends a message. About the Aiden situation, Jimmy apparently clarified he wasn't mad Aiden was in the room, but disappointed Aiden didn't speak up or defend him when the track played. Like, if you're really someone's friend, you don't just sit there silently while they get destroyed. The fact that Aiden let it happen is what bothered Jimmy. This shows how Jimmy views loyalty. He's not asking people to fight his battles, but he expects friends to at least have his back in those moments. It's the difference between staying neutral and being complicit. Once word got out about Jimmy's response, the internet lost it. Twitter was on fire, TikTok flooded with reactions, drama channels pumping out content. Team MrBeast was saying, "Finally, someone put Steve in his place." They pointed out Steve's been dropped by multiple people. YouTube banned him, State cut ties, Rumble had issues, 6ix9ine finessed him. At some point, you gotta look in the mirror and ask if maybe you're the problem. Team SteveWillDoIt was saying, Jimmy's response proves Steve's point. If Jimmy was really secure, he wouldn't defend himself so hard. They're saying Jimmy cutting Steve off during hard times shows his true character. A real friend sticks around when things get messy. People in the middle were saying, this whole thing is sad. These were guys who used to work together, probably had genuine friendship, and now it's public diss tracks and leaked messages. Some said this is what happens when everything is content. Real relationships get sacrificed for views. Creators were weighing in too. Some subtly supported Jimmy by liking posts. Others stayed completely silent, not wanting involvement. A few made jokes, staying above drama while capitalizing on attention. So where does this leave us? Steve's definitely not backing down. Dude's doubling down on social media, teasing more content. Whether that's smart is debatable, but he's committed. Jimmy's taking the high road publicly while handling things privately. He's not making a diss track or full video response because that elevates the beef and gives Steve what he wants. Instead, Jimmy's focusing on regular content, letting actions speak louder, dealing with personal stuff behind closed doors. This beef exposed real fractures in the YouTube community. It showed a lot of friendships are transactional. When you're on top, everyone wants to be your friend. The second you fall off or get in trouble, people ghost you. Whether Steve deserved to be cut off or not, that's a harsh reality. It also showed how much power MrBeast has. The fact that Aiden was genuinely worried about being on Jimmy's bad side tells you everything about YouTube's hierarchy. Jimmy's not just another creator, he's the final boss. Going against him has serious career consequences. For Aiden, this is a learning experience. He's got to navigate these situations better. You can't be friends with everyone when people are actively beefing. Sometimes you have to pick a side or make your position clear. Playing the middle gets you burned by both sides. But yo, that's everything on MrBeast confronting SteveWillDoIt after that diss track. This is still developing and I'll keep you updated. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications because this could escalate. What do you think? Team MrBeast or Team Steve? Was Jimmy right to cut him off, or should he have stuck by his friend? What about Aiden getting caught in the middle? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, this concludes today's video. Be sure to subscribe to LoafTube for future celebrity videos, and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Until then, see you in the next one.